Okay, and so there's like this part I don't want to talk about because it freaked me out in the dream. But so then I was like laying down on the beach and like relaxing or something after, and I was like, yay, like I have space, no one. And then they didn't come over to me; they just stayed where they were. Um, then there was this moment that was kind of like I don't know what it was, but it was like some time had passed, and then there was some kind of like almost like a like the credits when they start rolling on a TV, on a movie or something, or a TV show, and there was this moment of like some kind of like almost like a I guess of like like in theater, like people are playing roles and then it's over, and then they all come out holding hands and they take a bow, and no, all the villains and all the like victims in the play, they are no longer victims and villains. They're just kind of like victims and villains. That's a good like alliteration. Um, I think I'm gonna use that word instead of the E word. It's less charged and it's more like cool. Anyway, um, I'm talking about this stuff to people. Everyone's holding hands because the play is over and the story's over. And that's kind of what the vibe was. It was almost like they came over and they were like, oh, so like, how did you do that? Like, and it wasn't like a psychotic thing where they were like, wow, like you didn't fall from it wasn't like that. It was the vibe was like it was congratulatory. There was a vibe like, wow, like you really like didn't like succumb to this thing and like da da da. And I was like, yeah. And it was like that moment. It was kind of bizarre. In the dream, it wasn't bizarre, but it was like, oh, like there was this marveling at like well, there wasn't marveling. There was a congratulatory vibe of like you didn't suffer. Like cool, good for you. And it was bizarre that it was from them. And right now I'm having this thought like I'm not saying it's a truth or like a revelation about reality, but it's like the idea of like people saying this is all theater, and then it would suggest that like underneath it all, people are actually all good, and they so it's like it would mean that they're stuck in like a bad villainous confusion acting out stuff, and I don't have to be mired in that. I could just walk away. And so actually when the younger woman, possibly her daughter, was comforting her, I had this clear thought like, yeah, I don't have to comfort her, I don't have to make it better for her, like someone else is taking care of that. That's good. Like I didn't feel responsibility to now like um manage the emotions of a codependent person who was demanding of me that I make them feel better. I felt like I don't even need to like think about that. Someone else is taking care of them. And I felt like I think I broke through codependency yesterday. Yeah, that's what I'm vibing. That's what the